Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. There was something that had just come up recently, some words, and I was thinking about it as I was talking to somebody in my comments because I keep telling people, a lot of people keep thinking I am saying I am Jesus Christ when I keep saying I am the Messiah. So I'm going to explain something to you. When I say that, I'm not talking about the flesh, this man. I am saying I am the Ten Commandments. That's attached to the Ten Commandments. Well, see, the thing is, the reason I'm not coming and bringing no religion and none of this other stuff and building on top of these kingdoms is because you can think of me as I am the destroyer. I have told you all, I did not want to say this on camera, but people keep testing me. What was the last plague in Egypt? The angel of death. What did it do? It plagued Pharaoh's kingdom, all of his sons. I am not the type of person that believes in hurting children. These are spiritual things that are manifesting. So what I am saying is, that's why I keep telling you all, I am here to destroy all of these concepts, these lies that these people have built on. People keep saying, why do you argue with people? Why are you fighting rabbis? Why are you? I am the fire. I have told you all this many times. The reason I am not getting consumed is because the stone has been put before me since birth. You all are playing in these religions, not realizing you're all a part of the serpent's kingdom. So when you say certain things to me on my comments and then I come and go, BOW! And you're like, why'd you say that? You're mean. What did Moses use to eat the other two serpents? I am not Moses. I'm not John the Baptist, the Lamb. Go Google who is Yehohanan. He had the first 3 commandments. That's what gave him authority. Then he had the other 7 in his hands. They give light. They protect who I am. But you guys keep thinking I'm talking about me only. And you're going to start building Nephilim that walk your flesh and make these things happen. I keep telling you all, I am not God nor Jesus. Those are universal pagan terms. And the reason I come saying things like I am kind, I am sweet, I am merciful, because I am trying to help you all to the best of my ability. Because everybody with the red on their door, I told you, I'm not Moses. He only wielded the staff, and I'm not the Lamb. You all killed John the Baptist, took his story and beheaded it. Then you created kings out of it. David and them, Samuel, created kings. Most of these prophets are corrupt, and since you guys can't see the truth, you're not seeing what really is happening. So, I am who I am. I am Sydney. I am the one who freed you from the land of Egypt, from the bondage of slavery. You are not to put no gods before who I am. You are not to idol for anything under the earth and sea or in the heavens, the heart, the flesh, or amongst the peoples or the words. Don't bow down to them. Don't idol them. I'm not a fascist. You do what you will. Were you not given free will? So every time somebody gets on my comments and says, who are you? What incantation are you? Who incarnated you? You don't read the Bible. And the New Testament that you all mess around with, and the Old Testament that was been touched before by the Babylonians and the Kabbalians and the Talmud. Are you seeing what I'm saying? The Old Testament says Babylon is evil, but then they go through a Talmud. And then do not take who I am in vain. Don't bow down to them and worship them. He who takes my name in vain will not go unpunished. Yourself. So then they trap you in these traps, these mouse cages. Then the other 7 commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet for thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Keep the day of Sabbath holy and honor thy father and mother. The reason the Sabbath day is holy is because just like the 7 commandments, it's the 7 days in the creation story. I am the first 3 commandments. You follow them and you're free. It gives daylight. Then it's finished. It's rest. The reason these other dragons and stuff and all these other creatures and symbols. See, I'm going to explain something about good and evil and what everybody is misconceptualizing. You join the Lamb's kingdom, you could die. You join the Beast's kingdom, you're going to probably kill people or end up dying or killing your people in the future. It says this in the beginning, I am the Alpha and Omega. Don't mess with good and evil. Live your life, because then you lose sight of who you are, who I am, and then you become constricted. So, all who do not have the red words on their door and you come into my comments arguing, you have no idea what's happening with every word you read. You have no idea. And people will be like, why are you doing this? Because I'm giving edification onto what's happening, if that makes sense. So, you're not Jesus. I know I'm not. I tell you, I keep saying this. I said this at the beginning of my videos. I am here to destroy these concepts, these liars. They enslaved the Africans. They have murdered hundreds of millions, almost billions of people throughout history. And they are violent in everyday life. I know who is of who I am, if that makes sense. They don't argue. They don't fight. They simply say thank you. They simply say, oh, that's nice. When people come up to me and ask, okay. When people come up to me and ask me questions on my comments, I'm going to show you something. Why aren't you being clear? Why do you ask comments with comments? Let me say something to y'all. If you come up to me asking me something super wise, the reason they're doing that is because they want my reaction. I told you I'm not the lamb. I'm not going to sit back and be like, and when they asked him questions, I am the fire. So yes, I'll respond with a question. Then you get mad at me or you call me a name, because what you guys aren't seeing is, look at the end results when they start calling me hypocrites and all these different names. Those don't live in me. That lives in them. All those words and questions and scriptures are going to come down and pow, strike sin. They don't understand, so they profess it out the mouth. And so I just keep letting them walking until they keep going south. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all keep talking about Moses was the great and all this other stuff. Why is there 10s everywhere in the Bible? Why is there 7s everywhere in the Bible? 3s. It's the first 3 commandments after the 7 with the 7 commandments, which equals 10. Completion. They start creating tribes and 12s and all this other stuff, looking for rewards and everything else. The stuff that I put at the back of my videos is for clarity, guidance. I'm not saying, oh, thou shalt treat the, you better respect the, do what you will in life. But when you are met with opposition, I am telling you as a living witness, I know what it's like. You want people to respect you. You want people to treat you kindly. But the reason you can't is because we're not doing it on the inside. So yes, they'll come out with a pretty question at first. And if it's a clear question and they're trying to learn, I can tell. But if it's not, so I understand what you're saying, brother, and you make sense, and I'm hearing with discernment, but let me ask you this really confusing question. What are you? Who are you? Who resurrected you? Who incarnated you? The law of Moses, thou shalt not purport to channel spirits, do magic, resurrections, all this stuff. You guys have no idea what you're doing, and you're listening to these preachers talk. They're having people have nightmares and visions and beat children, and then you get people on the opposite end of the spectrum that are like, I don't want to follow God. I'm the Church of Satan. And these people are worse than the animals themselves. They will do sadistic things to prove a point. So keep following along, buddy. I am free will. But you know who I am? The one who y'all, I said this in my comments. Y'all come and attack the results, but don't see the start. So I'm a whip Pharaoh like he whipped me. Yeah, figure it out.
I am here. Let me help you steer. I am not talking about driving. You might hit a deer. Do not fear. I am around. Not to hurt you or confound. There's a lot that people cannot see. They're blinded by the rewards of physical pleasure and prophecy. My voice was chained and bound like a slave. I am no longer a part of death in the grave. Meteors crashing down into my neighbor's home. A rock bigger than the entire state of Rome. Created by lies slithered into thee. Let me walk above waters and see. These biblical men aren't saying anything, we are. It may be written, but most take it too far. Driving blind in that very same car. Slipping and sliding all over leaking tar. I do not want to be your God. I am not who you are. That sounds a bit odd. Even the word Satan could become something bigger. Until you're living up to an image that makes you think he's a... Perhaps simply I am not, or that's not who I am. Maybe gentle and soft like a precious little lamb. Don't let me be fascist and create a new noun. I just see how spirits like to creep up to the mound. The wrong fire can rain down and melt like hot grease. It could cause me to become enraged like the beast. A little boat floating all through the heavens, until something comes out bearing vines and leaven. So many lost to numbers and 7, lusting for silly things like 6s and 7. Walking all over the worlds we created, turning who I am into something to be hated. Call it ham sandwich, 2 rocks and a slice of meat. Good or evil, the throne of defeat. I'd rather live life and not chase some crown. I am who I am. Your condemnation won't break me down. This is not Star Trek. I am not what they found. They say if you change a word, it's death. They say stone them and offer them up until nothing's left. But they translated it 699 times and recreated. Hebrew from Yiddish, have 4 names for a god, and are currently sedated. Sleeping like the very disciples they claim to hate. The Pope is still running rampant to this very date. Can switch it up at any time. But they'll probably say they're the chosen family line. The vicar of the flesh, one of the silly papal claims. Protestants of darkness doing the will of Queen James. They acknowledged the prophets and discovered Abraham like Dora the Explorer. According to Moses, they're not to do magic, sorcery, or channel spirits, but have the Talmud and Gomorrah. They're afraid of who I am because of what's inside. The light exposes who enslaved and lied. I see the tree because of its fruits. No need to hide your words or like puke. I wouldn't suggest turning back. Nah, clever linguistics are some heavy stones to stack. I'd rather not pick up 1,000,000 grains of salt off the ground. I told you I'm not fucking around. I will walk you into the gates with a salt shaker in my hand. I will try to do everything I can. Only who I am can send any rain on the land. Do not think I just took an oath. When it comes to mercy, some people need to learn to cope. I hate the word blasphemy and how they use it as a rope. I just mean leaving others without hope. They scream about their God's blessings while they go out and destroy, playing with the hearts of children like materialistic toys. A quote, a paragraph, an essay, or a book? How many ways to say circumcise the heart and take a look? Telescopes for eyes, but a microscope for the heart. Quick to stone me for the results, but silent about the start. They refuse to tell the truth about Africans being enslaved by Japheth and Shem, because for some reason condemnation feels different when it's them. I'll give them the sign of Jonah in the belly of the beast. Chef cooking up a contract ensuring you'll be the feast. An interesting signature to co-sign your lease. Simmering under the dust waiting until you deceased. Boiling off the lid when the nakedness of those religious lies come crashing down like meteors right before your eyes. Striking your heel when you go for making you strike it dead. Not realizing they're making you strike your very own head. Call me a blotch test, I'll show you it all. They'll curse me in public, but beg for help as soon as they start to fall. They'll use pretty words to belittle me, but deep inside will be happy I helped them see. That's my sacrifice, be happy and live. I'll take all your little words that stab and shiv.
I sound really fine. 아무렇지 않은 척 아무도 모르게 조심하는데 또 티가 났나 봐. Sound really fine. 너와 함께 했었던 시간이 길었어 나 봐. 난 네 옷을 또 거라 생각했는데 추억이 잠시 널 떠올린 거야. Still